Hi everyone, we're going to talk about the properties of logarithms. So we're going to go through 3 of them. The first one is product property. Product means to multiply. So if you have, let's see, 2 terms being multiplied, let's say x times y, we can actually break this up into 2 of them. And they would still have the same base. The second one we have is quotient property. What does quotient mean? Well, it means division. So if we have some division here, we can break it up. And if you remember to your exponent rules, whenever you have two, let's say, bases, the same base, above and below each other in a fraction, you always subtract their exponents. That's kind of what's happening here. And it's always the top first, then the bottom. So numerator, then denominator. And that one has subtraction. And then the next property is power property. This one has to do with having a power or an exponent. So if we have, let's see, log base b of x to the p for power, I guess, power, we would actually bring that exponent to the front and then multiply by log base b of x. So we could do that. Now there's one thing that comes up on your IXL. We're not going to be using it as much, but if you do, let me just explain what it is, and it's how we change the base. So remember, you can do these properties backwards. So let's say we have 2 terms like this. We can put them together that way, only if they have the same base. Same thing here. They have to have the same base. So this is how you would make that base change. So you take your log, so we have log base b of a, and we're going to give it a base 10. So you're going to put log of a over log of b. And now they both have the same base. So that's how you do it. So I'm going to show you how to kind of do this, use these properties with numbers. Let me pull up the IXL so I can look at the kind of problems you guys have. Let's see. Okay, so if I have, let's do some examples. If I have log base 2 of 7 plus log base 2 of 3, well, which property am I going to use here to put them together, to simplify them? It would actually be product property all the way at top. So I can actually multiply these, so that I would end up with log base 2 of 7 times 3, which is 21. And we can't really simplify that because there's nothing with 2 to any power would be 21, so we would just leave it that way. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Okay, if I have log 4 minus log 5, remember, I don't always have to have a base. If I don't have one, it's an invisible 10. This would go along with property, let's see, this one, quotient property. How do I know? Because I see a subtraction. So I can actually bring those together using division. So I would have log base 10 of 4 over 5. Let's say I have 3 log base 4 of 10. Well, how can I simplify this? I know I can use a power property here. So remember the power property. When you have an exponent, you can bring it back on your number there. So I can bring that 3 and give it to the 10. So this can become log base 4 of 10 to the third. 10 to the third is 1000. And you can continue simplifying. So this is kind of how we do this. You can go backwards or forwards, it just depends. So remember, I will be on during my office hours if you have questions. And good luck.